Alright guys, welcome back. Guess who's back? You're probably wondering where I've been. I took 2 weeks off. I get burnt out. I cover so much, and look, obviously what we talk about is a fraction of what research I do, right? I'm constantly looking into things. I'm looking into the deep state, all this sort of stuff. And eventually it wears you down, right? So I took 2 weeks off to recharge the batteries. And I was going to come back last week. I was going to start making videos last week, but there was nothing really happening. And thanks to YouTube and the deep state for arresting Millie Weaver, because that's what made me come back this week. Way to go. You brought someone back to YouTube. Well done. Congratulations. Guess who's back? Back again. Back to talk about a thing. Alright, so guys, obviously at the end of the day, you've probably heard that Millie Weaver has been arrested on the eve of the night of her release of her Shadowgate documentary. And you're probably sitting there thinking, boy, that's conspicuous. And if you do, you're a conspiracy theorist, because there's no way the deep state would arrest someone literally the night of the documentary coming out about the deep state, right? There's no way they would risk this sort of exposure. Of course, obviously, this has done an amazing thing for the film, because now, obviously, everybody's talking about it. And I didn't even hear about this video coming out until you arrested her, so congratulations. I have started watching it. I haven't got all the way through it. I've watched about the first 10 minutes. I will be watching it later. Now, obviously, at the end of the day, we're going to talk about the arrest. We're going to talk about what happened and what she's actually been charged with. So let's jump straight into it. So, Millie Weaver, filmmaker, arrested hours before Shadowgate documentary released. That's just weird, isn't it? It's just weird how that worked out, you know? It's like they were just trying to find something to arrest her on, right? Like, you know, it's weird, but anyway. Millie Weaver, a conservative filmmaker who was arrested at her home in Northeast Ohio hours before she was scheduled to debut her new documentary called Shadowgate on YouTube. Weaver claims that she had uncovered a plot orchestrated by both major political parties against Donald Trump, and that the documentary would explain how it all worked. Like I said, I've started watching it. It's actually really quite interesting. The timing of her arrest find conspiracy theories online, because there's no way the deep state would be this stupid, right? Yeah. Jeffrey Epstein still didn't kill himself, by the way. With critics wondering whether the arrest was related to the documentary. Of course not. They're not going to arrest her for the documentary. They're going to arrest her on anything else but the documentary. Right? Because it's not illegal to make the documentary film. So they'll find something else to arrest her on. Because it's just too inconvenient, right? Having confirmed with the Portland County Jail, and several other people have also confirmed it, that Weaver, along with her significant other, Gavin Wentz, were both arrested on the 14th of August on felony charges, including robbery and domestic violence. The indictment was made available online by the August 17th and shows the arrest was connected to the dispute Weaver had with her mother. Now, we'll get into the details on that, because that doesn't really sort of add up. But we'll get into it, don't worry. According to the criminal complaint, Heavy obtained from the county prosecutor, McCannon told deputies Weaver, her sons Charles and Wentz, had thrown her to the ground in order to get her cell phone away from her. She claimed that she had been mean to her, and she had been trying to record the behaviour when they decided to take the device. Mr. Cannon said that she ran out of the house and used the neighbour's phone to call 911. Now, in an interview with deputies, Weaver insisted McCannon had misplaced her phone 2 days prior to the incident and was upset about it. She described her mother as mentally ill and not reliable. The report adds that McCarran had been living at the Portage County home after her place of employment in California shut down to beer bug. So, this is what the media is reporting. We'll get into what actually happened, because it's a little bit different. So, government minutes are both facing felony charges. She's 29. Okay. Oh. Millie Weaver are both arrested in the Sheriff's County Online on August the 14th. So the robbery of second-degree felony, tampering with evidence, a third-degree felony, obstructing justice, fifth-degree felony, and domestic violence, first-degree misdemeanor. The video of Millie Weaver questioning why she was under arrest has been spread online. And we have seen that video. I think we might have it. I thought we had it here, actually. Yeah. Yes, here it is here. We'll watch it.
21's out here. We have room to transport one. Can you send us a car, please? 9107 Yale Road. Okay. I will give you all your paperwork when we get to the jail. Right now, I need you to get some shoes.
Okay.
Because we need to get moving.
Okay.
We need to get this taken care of.
Well, this time you're not getting ever back.
Okay.
No.
Guys, I don't know what's happening right now. The police have just showed up at my house, and they said that they're arresting me. They said that a grand jury indicted me for something. I have no idea what. This is crazy. Where's my shoe? I have one shoe here. Okay.
And one shoe there. Okay. So we're good.
So why wasn't I given anything in the mail? Like, I have no idea what this is talking about.
Yeah, Billy.
Guys, I'm literally about to break huge breaking news right now, and I'm being arrested, and I have no idea why.
About this case?
Burglary? Yeah. For what? They're not even saying. They're saying
Okay.
we're being charged
Okay.
with
Now,
burglary.
is this from the grand jury or are these green sheets?
Grand jury?
Are these green sheets or are they is this an indictment?
Get you, baby.
Okay, very good. Okay.
Calm down.
This is my son right now.
All right.
Buddy,
Come on, let's go. To the car. I've been more than nice. To the car.
I don't understand what's happening right now. Like,
Right, so that's the scene, right? And she didn't know what happening. They didn't show up with any paperwork. They just decided just to turn up and arrest her. Now, like I said, we've obviously found out now what the charges were. And you're looking at that and you're saying, oh, what the hell is she... What has she done? Robbery of second degree? Tampering with evidence? You know, literally hours before her documentary was about to go live. No way connected whatsoever. And she's been indicted on a secret indictment. Now, that simply means the indictment is sealed until after the accused has been arrested. And they arrested her on a Friday night, which is weird because the judge was not available until Monday. It's like they wanted her in jail for the weekend. Why? Why this weekend? It's interesting, right? Because it's not like there was a documentary coming out. Is anybody buying this shit? Like, really? Is anyone buying this? The hours before the documentary is about to be released, she's indicted and arrested on tampering with evidence and burglary and all this sort of stuff. And when you actually go through and you hear what happened, no one is even the most of skeptical people are sitting there going, this is really weird. This is not making sense. But we'll get to that, don't worry. Weaver claimed to an undercover knowledge of a coup against President Trump. And Weaver contributes to InfoWars. Alex Jones dismissed a conspiracy theory that Weaver's arrest was staged. Now, they were bad actors, and I'm calling them that, what they are, claiming that her arrest was staged, and that until we saw evidence of it, I'm not believing it, they were putting on Twitter. Until they got evidence, and then all of a sudden they stopped responding to people asking, well, what about now? Which is really, really weird. But anyway. And I deliberately think there was a misinformation campaign put out regarding this, because there were a few people, the regulars, the InfoWar haters and stuff like that, but there definitely seemed to be a few people that were toting a similar line of, oh, no, this is just staged, man. This is staged for the movie. And then when it was confirmed that this was not staged, they weren't very quiet. So, but anyway. Now, obviously, we gone through...
Okay, we just shot that video. We're about to upload it. We're thinking of the name. And I was telling Greg Reach, one of our great reporters, that a lot of folks think it was staged. And he got really pissed. I didn't even...
Now, this is Alex Jones talking to someone else regarding the staged event and their response.
Know this. You called the sheriff's department last night.
Yeah, I called the Portage Sheriff Department last night and asked about a Millie Weaver and a Gavin Wintz. They confirmed that they were both arrested yesterday, Friday, and they confirmed that they were arrested on a secret indictment.
So we know it's not staged. Anybody that thinks this is staged, I'm sorry, you're wrong. This is not staged. Okay? So, you know, I'm glad you're thinking of conspiracy theories, but maybe you're thinking about the wrong way. Just saying. Now, obviously, at the end of the day, Millie Weaver arrested for process crimes, and the hangman is obviously talking about this. So, as I report here, and a friend and I just at the hangman report, Millie Weaver was arrested earlier today and taken into custody by a county, a high-age department. And then obviously he goes on and talking about it. And I must admit, I heard about this on Saturday. And I was like, what? So I thought, hey, well, let's go and check out this documentary. Let's see what... Oh, wait, we can't. YouTubers taking the video down because of... what? So let me get this straight. Hours before the documentary goes live, Millie Weaver is arrested. Her husband is arrested. Then YouTube decides to take the video down as well, making sure no one sees the video. Ban.video has it, I'm just saying. But anyway. And it's like, even like, for example, Viva Fry. And, you know, obviously if you think he leans conservative, you're probably right a little bit there. But regardless, he was actually in a video with Robert Barnes, and someone said to him, "Are you going to talk about Millie Weaver being arrested, or are you going to shill for the New World Order?" And he didn't even hear about it. He didn't know.
I said I would do a full...
He doesn't follow Millie Weaver or InfoWars or anything like that. But he goes through and he does a really, really good video breaking down what happened with the indictment.
Follow-up as soon as I had a copy of the indictment. I have a copy of the indictment.
And here is the follow-up.
Viva Fry, Montreal litigator turned YouTuber, and on Saturday I did a vlog about the Friday afternoon arrest of Millie Weaver. She is a journalist who has done contract work for InfoWars, who just put out a documentary called Shadowgate, and on Friday she was arrested under circumstances that caused a bit of a stir. She and her husband were arrested at the time, it seemed, for burglary by an officer who didn't seem to have the warrant for her arrest on him at the time of her arrest, and she spent the weekend in jail. Now, the timing of her arrest was very peculiar because she was arrested on the day that she released her documentary called Spygate, which had to do with shadow governments controlling the government. And
so, like I say, he goes through, and by the way, guys, go check him out. He has done an amazing job with this video, and he is a lawyer. He's a YouTube lawyer, and he goes through and he breaks it all down. Now, what I find very, very interesting, and he does a really good job, and we're going to use some of the information from there, so please, I'll put a link in the description below. Please go and check him out.
Robert Barnes from our live streams called Viva and Barnes Law for the People. $60,000 on 4 secret indictments resulting from a family squabble in the month. This was on Millie's mother's cell phone that Millie and her husband...
So what happened was, right, so let's get into what the actual process of crimes are. Millie Weaver, supposedly, from what we can sort of gather, and we're obviously dealing with bits of information from different sources here, so this is the theory at the moment. Millie Weaver's mother had recorded something on her phone. There are rumours that it was a heated exchange between Millie Weaver and maybe her mother. There's other theories going around that it had something to do with the children. But regardless, so the mother had recorded something on her phone. And Millie Weaver supposedly went through, stole or took the phone off her mother, hence the burglary charges, wiped the recording, hence the tampering with evidence, and stole her phone or something like that. It's a $50 phone. This is all that happened. It was a domestic between a mother and a daughter. The mother had recorded something the daughter didn't want out, and the daughter had snatched the phone and deleted the video. Now, I don't know about you. Now, this, by the way, supposedly happened almost a month ago. It took them a month to go through and to arrest Millie Weaver in regards to this situation. And it just happened to coincide in the same time that her documentary was released. It's really good timing, I know. But remember, if you think it's a conspiracy, you're a conspiracy theorist, right? So it's a really good timing about how Millie Weaver was arrested for this process crime, for stealing her mother's phone and deleting the video. And it took him a month to get around to it. It just happened to be on the same day that her video about a secret cabal supposedly trying to set up the president for impeachment was supposed to be released. And there's no way the deep state would snoop to process crimes to get her arrested. Kind of makes you wonder, all those people back in the day who claimed that they were set up by the cops. Really does make you wonder, doesn't it? Now, at the end of the day, the most interesting thing about this, the mother and Millie Weaver talked about it a couple of days after this incident, almost a month ago, and have worked it all out. The mother doesn't even still want to press charges. Right? Then the mother has literally signed a document to say, I don't want to press charges. She signed it yesterday or today, for me, you guys, depending time zones, right? She signed it just recently, just a couple of days to say that she doesn't want to press charges. And from what I understand, Millie Weaver and Gavin Wince and whatnot have been freed on their own recognizance. So obviously they're released now, so they're out of jail. It just happened to be that they were in there over the weekend. Right as the documentary was supposed to be released. You know, the same documentary that YouTube has removed for some ambiguous reason. You know, they really don't want this documentary out, eh? And by the way, I've searched on YouTube. I cannot find it. I cannot find a documentary on YouTube. Now, obviously, the interesting thing is that YouTube has gone through and put out an update, claiming that they're updating their terms to regards to how to update on YouTube and how it supports the elections. Anybody that goes through and talks about hacked information or anybody that encourages hacked information can have their video removed. Because at the end of the day, the last thing YouTube wants to talk about is a possible candidate who might be a little bit dirty. Because, you know, that electoral integrity is so damn important, right? You can't talk about a candidate who is dirty. You can't expose anything that was obviously gone through and has been hacked or gathered. You know, that those WikiLeaks documents, forget about those ones, boys. They're not allowed on YouTube anymore. Why? Well, because 2016 happened and Donald Trump won the election. Pretty much. YouTube has clamped down. I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about this. Because it's dealing with her movie that she put out. By the way, the video, her video is available on band.video. So go check it out there. It's really interesting, actually. I've started watching it and I want to watch the whole thing. But I was going to say, but regardless, yeah, so YouTube's updated their content, saying that you can be removed, even you possibly have your channel removed. Yeah. And even Viva Fry here is like, this is like really, I was trying to find it here. He's like, this is really...
Like this. And as I've also been explained by lawyers who I have no doubt know more about this subject matter than I...
I'm going to get an ad. But even he's sitting there going on about how this is so conspicuous. Like, even he's not even really buying it. And he was like, oh, no, look, it's just coincidence. And then he's like, no, actually, maybe there might be something to this. But I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Personally, I think this whole thing is conspicuous as hell. I really, really do. I think at the end of the day, they wanted her arrested. They wanted her in jail over the weekend to sort of squash the video. Squash the, yeah. But, hey, what would I know? I'm just a dumb YouTuber, right? Yeah, so, yeah, that happened, apparently. But let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Apart from that, guys, obviously just the one video today. I'm easing back into things, and yes, I do realise I need to put WD-40 on my chair again. But yeah, guys, it's squeaky, isn't it? There you go, yeah. But like I say, guys, obviously at the end of the day, I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to start uploading videos every day again, and we're going to try and do that. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Is there any information that I have not known about this? Please feel free to hit me up on Twitter, on Gab, on Parley, anywhere like that. Feel free to talk about it and to send me links. Apart from that, guys, obviously this video has been helpful. Please smack that like button. Please remember to subscribe if you're not already. Any interaction, post a comment. It obviously is great for the algorithm. Helps the channel grow as much as it possibly can while being thumbed down by the YouTube algorithm. So, who knows? But guys, apart from that, have a great night. Enjoy yourselves. I'll be streaming later, playing games right after this video goes up. So, have a great night and enjoy. I'll see you guys tomorrow.